Once you go to Mecca, the first thing the group will take you to the hotel. Go to the hotel with them. You can even go to the hotel and take off your ihram and take a shower. You could also stay there the night. You don't want to perform Umrah now. You're tired. It's okay. I will do it Fajr time. It's okay, fine. Do it Fajr time. But remember, you are muhrim. Now, if you have ihram, then you don't do which is forbidden. You don't kill a bird, you don't cut your nail, you don't cut your skin, you don't pull your hair. All that will stand until you finish Umrah or you take off your Ihram. So you go with them. Once you get set up, your bag is there and you know your room. I want you to know where your hotel is. Like in the front desk, they have cards. Take one. Keep it with you. You go out of the hotel, I want you to look around. Oh, my hotel name Zamzam. Good, mashallah. But many Zamzams. They have branches. I even have one in Medina. You say to them, Zamzam, he take you from Mecca to Medina to look for Zamzam. I want you to no, Zamzam, yes, but which Zamzam? Oh, you come out and you see Zamzam and beside it, oh, McDonald's, oh, Kentucky Fried Chicken. You have like this, like orient yourself with, familiarize yourself with the area. Know where is the hotel. And now you finish the hotel, you put your stuff, you're gonna go to Al-Masjid Al-Haram. Masjid Al-Haram have many doors. Have many doors. You see all this, this is the border of Al-Masjid. From outside to enter, there is doors. And each door have name and number. Try to choose the door close to your hotel. Like, okay, I'm coming from the hotel, I'm going, here is Al-Masjid. You go to the door and look at the name, 93, Bab al-Malik Fahd, and write it down and know where it is. Because from inside also, you will see the same door. It says the name of the door and the number of the door. This way, if you enter from here, and you try to exit from here, then you're going to make all this long circle and you get lost. And believe me, nobody there knows anything. Nobody. You ask the policeman, he said, Wallahi, I'm not from here. I'm from Riyadh or from Al-Madina. I don't know nothing. Okay, where is Zamzam? No. You don't know. Nobody knows. So you are on your own. They get them just to secure that place. So you have to know which door you came from and which door you out from. You have to look for it. Now you're gonna enter Al-Masjid. Al-Masjid is big. You enter Al-Masjid, you keep going. There is no Tahiyatul Masjid here. No Tahiyatul Masjid. Tahiyatul Masjid Al-Haram is Tawaf. You make circles around the Kaaba 7 times. That's Tahiyatul Masjid. You don't come in Al-Masjid and say, Allahu Akbar, Tahiyatul Masjid, 2 rak'ah. No. There is no Tahiyatul Masjid, 2 rak'ah. You want to do Tahiyatul Masjid, if you're able, do Tawaf. You go there, you sit or you pray Asr or Dhuhr or Maghrib or Isha. Okay? Yes. You can do as many as you want, and even the scholar recommended that if you able to do it. But I don't want you, they said even it's better than doing extra Umrah. Because people there, they go and they make 2, 3 Umrah. Some scholars said, no, do Tawaf better. Have to be 7. And you have to have wudu. Yeah, you go eat. There's no problem. No, you don't do 8 or 9. 7. Only 7. We will come to it, inshallah. Now you enter Al-Masjid. You enter, you keep looking for Al-Kaaba. Remember that I told you that you do not stop Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. You keep saying it until the first side of Al-Kaaba. Until the first side. You see Al-Kaaba, then you stop Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. And you stand where you are and you raise your hand and you start to make dua. And that dua, don't make it like you are in a fast food restaurant. No. You stand there and you make long dua. And the first one you make dua for is Sheikh Saad. I mean, if we agree, then I will continue. If we don't agree, then I'll be out of here. Now let's finish the dua part and then I will answer. The first dua you will make when you see Al-Kaaba is for... No, I want to hear. Good enough. As I said, you see Al-Kaaba, you stand there, you raise your hand, and you make long dua. You make dua for yourself, you make dua for the whole ummah, you make dua for the shaykh, you make dua for your sister, you make dua for your brother, you make dua for your parents, you make dua for your children, you make dua for all the Muslims, you make dua for $1 million to get a Mercedes, to get BMW. Make dua as much as you want. And don't belittle the dua. Make dua, make dua, make dua. Even if your friend rushing you, don't rush. Because the dua, once you see Al-Kaaba, is mustajab. Allah will accept it. Allah will accept the dua. So do not miss that chance. It will not come back. It will not come back until maybe next time you make Hajj. And God knows when. Okay? So the first you saw Al-Kaaba, then you stop and you make dua. After you finish dua, then you leave, you come to where Al-Kaaba is. Al-Kaaba have 4 corners. 4 corners. One of them have the black stone. That's where you want to start from. Depending on the door you enter from. Maybe you enter from this door. Right away is a black stone. How are you going to identify the black stone? The Kaaba has door. That door, the golden door. It is gold. That door, before it, is a corner. You see, this is long distance to this corner, right? And this is very short. The corner with the short distance, this is the black stone. How are you going to identify it again? With the Kaaba door, and you will see a lot of people hanging there. A lot of people. And you will see even a policeman trying to secure the place. And you want to start from here. So if you enter from there, you do not come against the crowd. Don't go with the crowd. But this circle or half a circle or quarter of a circle, you don't count. Until you come to the door of Al-Kaaba or the corner of Al-Hajar Al-Aswad. You understand up to here? To make tawaf, you have to have wudu. And you have to have wudu the 7th circle, the 2nd round. Let's say you make it tawaf in between, before the 7 rounds, you lost your wudu. Maybe your dinner was biryani or fava beans, like Egyptian or something, then you lost it. Then what you do is, you count how many rounds did you make? 2.5. You have to mark the place that you were in, and you lost your wudu. You can do it before. Before that, let's say you lost your wudu here, you can do it from here. You cannot do it from here, you lost this part. You understand? You can do it before, but you cannot do it after. You have to make it exact. You go back and make wudu and come back right away. Don't go make wudu and make shopping and eat and have dinner and come back and continue the tawaf. That won't count. You have to start from the beginning. But if you lost your wudu, you went and make wudu and come back the same time, then you can continue. You did 2.5, then you do the other half, that becomes 3. You do the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. So you do not take time. You understand that if you lost your wudu, you have to have wudu. You start from Al-Hajar al-Aswad. Once you face Al-Hajar al-Aswad, the black stone, you face it with your chest and you touch it if you can. Don't fight for it. You cannot touch it, it's fine. Millions of people there. And all of them trying to touch Al-Hajar al-Aswad. Don't fight with them. If you cannot touch it, you touch it. If you touch it, you kiss your hand, you kiss Al-Hajar, is fine. If you cannot touch it, you have a stick on your hand or a pencil, you just point to it and you kiss that pencil. And while you kiss the pencil, you don't suddenly. That's not a kiss here. You don't do that. People do that. I see that. No, you that's. And I'm coming. Why are you rushing me? We're still working on the kiss here. If you have something in your hand, let's say a book in your hand, or a stick in your hand, or you have the cane in your hand, then you point to it, and then you kiss that thing you have. If not, then you raise your hand politely and respectable, and then Allahu Akbar, and you put your hand down. No kissing. No kissing. You can kiss your hand when you go out this month. Okay? That's what it. Some scholars do it. Some people, they kiss it is okay, but this is the way. You have something in your hand, then you point to it and you kiss it. If not, then Allahu Akbar. You keep going. In Tawaf, there is no special dua. Like there is book there, and I don't want you in Hajj to hold books and keep saying dua from those books. Because the people who publish those books, let's say someone asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him a son or daughter. And they say, oh Allah, the first tawaf, oh Allah, please give me children. And you keep saying that. You already have 10. What else do you want? You see, the publishing is doing that. There is no special dua in tawaf. Okay? So what you do is, you just make dua, anything you want. I don't want you to make, let's say, okay, I'm going to do 7 rounds. In the first round, the first dua I will make is for... No, I'm going. No, you're not alert. You're not paying attention. The first dua will be for Sheikh Saad, not you. You say, okay, the first dua I'll make for Sheikh Saad. The second round, I will make dua for myself. Third round, I will make dua for my parents. The fourth dua, I will make dua for my daughter and son get to medical school. Let's say during making tawaf you forgot. Then you say, oh, I don't know whether I made 3 tawaf or 4 tawaf. Oh, I remember I made the first tawaf dua for Sheikh Saad, and second tawaf for my parents. Third tawaf was for my daughter. Oh, I made 3. This is how you remember. You use it that way. So if you do that, we'll remind you, inshallah. You're going to do 7 tawaf. I'm finishing with Umrah. You're going to do tawaf 7 rounds, starting from Al-Hajar Al-Aswad, the black stone, to Al-Hajar Al-Aswad, black stone. Every time you come to Al-Hajar Al-Aswad, you raise your hand, Allahu Akbar, and you keep going. In the first tawaf you do, the first tawaf when you first see Al-Kaaba, when you make the dua, what you do is, you wear the garment the upper garment, you cover your two shoulders when you first wear it. When you see Al-Kaaba, what you do is, you keep your right shoulder empty, like you take it away. Huh? Called Al-Tiba, Al-Ibtiba, called Al-Ibtiba. And some scholars said you do it for the first 3 rounds of Tawaf. Of course, sister, don't do that. That's concerning the brother. And during the first 3 rounds also, you jog. That if you can, you're not going to do it. Because million people there. No space for you to jog. But if you can. And some of them say you have to uncover your shoulder for the rest of that tawaf, the beginning tawaf. And after you finish, you cover yourself again. But if prayer called while you making tawaf and your shoulder is naked, then you cover your shoulder, you pray, and then after that you uncover it and you continue tawaf. You do not pray while your shoulder is uncovered. You understand? That's what you do. Now, you're going to make 7 rounds, you have to have wudu. The only dua that been mentioned from the Prophet ﷺ, authenticated dua, is between the corner before Al-Hajar Al-Aswad. Before, there is another corner called Yamani corner. It's toward Al-Yaman. That corner also, and easy to do it though. If you can touch it, touch it. Al-Yamani corner, Yamani. If you cannot touch it, don't touch it and keep going. Don't raise your hand, don't say Allahu Akbar now. But if you can touch it, you touch it and keep going. So there is 2 corners if you can touch. Al-Yamani corner, the corner before the black stone, and the black stone corner. But the black stone corner, if you don't touch it, you raise your hand and you say Allahu Akbar. Yamani corner, no. You understand? That's understood? Between the Yamani corner and the corner of the black stone, you say one dua, very famous dua, we all memorizing it. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. This is the only dua being mentioned from the Prophet ﷺ in At-Tawaf. The rest, you could make your own dua. And ask Allah, don't be afraid, don't be scared. Ask Him for very little thing. The Sahaba, the companion, used to ask Allah for the shoelaces. Shoelaces. Ask Allah. Ask Allah for anything you want. Also between, after the corner, after Al-Hajar Al-Aswad, and the corner after it, the 3rd corner, the 2nd corner and the 3rd corner, you will see like a little half circle. Of course, when you make the tawaf, you make it from outside. Sometimes they open this circle. If you are not in the tawaf, they open it. If you can pray inside is like you praying inside Al-Kaaba. And the Prophet did pray inside Al-Kaaba. Pray any, not fard salah, but sunnah, if you can do. If you can, it's okay. It's always closed during Hajj. They open it only for little time. You finish Tawaf 7 rounds, start from Al-Hajar Al-Aswad to Al-Hajar Al-Aswad. You have to have wudu. You make every round, you make special dua. You could also talk in that round. You could talk with your friend, but talk nice talk. Explain to him seerah, explain to him the Prophet's life. You could talk about religion. You could talk about. Wallahi, one time I was making tawaf and I heard a Yemeni man having his cell phone. But now during tawaf you will see people have cell phone. And he's calling back home Yemen and he's arranging his daughter's wedding while he's making tawaf. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, I mean, yes, tawaf you could talk. The Prophet said tawaf is exactly like salah, but you can talk. So try to talk the useful talk, useful speech. You finish tawaf 7 rounds. Once you come to the 7th time here, What you do is, you go with the crowd until you come back. And come back away from the crowd. I want you to make that part of Al-Kaaba in the front of you. In the front of Al-Kaaba there is a station here, Ibrahim station, where you see his footprint while he was building Al-Kaaba, him and his son Ismail, alayhim as-salam. You have to pray 2 rak'ah behind Ibrahim station. The Prophet said behind Ibrahim station. People fight to pray here. That's suicide. Don't do that. Behind means here. Behind means here. Behind means there. So go out and pray behind.
Not in between the maqam and the...
No, not in between. Behind Ibrahim station. Those people killing themselves to do that.
Yeah.
That's no good. The Prophet said, خلف المقام, behind. So you go where it's safe and you pray 2 rak'ah. You read قل يا أيها الكافرون and قل هو الله أحد. And once you finish, while you sitting looking at Al-Kaaba, you make long dua. The first one you mention in your dua is Sheikh Saad. Now I like you guys. Wallahi, I like you. Thank you very much. Now you finish the 2 rak'ah over there. You pray the 2 rak'ah. What you do is, you're going to continue going this way. You go. You keep going until you see people going left and right. That's where Al-Masjid, where As-Safa and Al-Marwa is. So you're going to go right. The shortest distance, right. That's where As-Safa, where you start from. You have to make sure. You ask, is this As-Safa? And you will see written As-Safa. You make this short distance you walk, you're not going to count it. You're going to go to As-Safa. During As-Safa and Al-Marwa round, you don't have to have wudu. Unless there is prayer. Then, of course, with prayer you can. You cannot pray without wudu. Unless you are imam like me. During As-Safa and Al-Marwa, imam can pray without wudu. Yeah. Yeah, I pray, yes, I pray in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam without wudu. Like I say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. That's prayer too, right? You can make dua without wudu, right? Yeah, prayer means different things. Now, during As-Safa and Al-Marwa time, you don't have to have wudu. If you have wudu, it's okay. But if you lose your wudu, then you can continue. Unless the prayer goes, then you pray. You go to As-Safa. As-Safa is like a mountain now. They have it in a glass container, so you cannot go up, or you don't have to go up. But I want you to go to the closest point to the glass. If you go to the glass, you don't go to the glass and touch it. No, just go to the glass. That means you are on As-Safa. You don't touch the glass or anything. But you just go to the furthest point. And once you go there, you look for Al-Kaaba. Where is Al-Kaaba? And then once you see Al-Kaaba, what you do, you raise your hand and you say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar Kabira. It's written. You have it, you say that, and you raise your hand and make long dua also. Long dua. And then you come down from As-Safa, you go to Al-Marwa. Go to the other mountain, which is Al-Marwa. Why are you doing that? I want you to remember Ismail, Hajj, what she did there. I want you to remember the Prophet ﷺ used to be here around Al-Kaaba and Kuffar used to bother him and bug him. I want you to remember all this story while you're making Hajj. That's the benefit of it. Now you're gonna walk to Al-Marwa. While you're walking, in between there is 2 green lights. You will see them. Between those 2 green lights, men only can jog. Not running, but jog. If you have your wife with you, I know you want to run away from her, but not at this time. You hold her and you don't have to jog. And don't make him jog. Just tell him, you stay here. If you don't stay here, I take you back. That's what you stay with her, you don't have to. Women, they don't have to do that. You go to Al-Marwa, you do the same as you did with As-Safa. You go to Al-Marwa, Al-Marwa will be like a surface, it's not the high place or mountain or anything. And once you go there, you look where is Al-Kaaba, you raise your hand and you make long dua. From As-Safa to Al-Marwa is one round. From Al-Marwa to As-Safa is another round. How many rounds with it? 2. You have to do 7. That means 3 back and forth, which is 6, and you're going to do 1 from As-Safa to Al-Marwa. Because some people do back and forth and they count it 1. After they do, then they will be dead at the end of it. At the end of As-Safa and Al-Marwa, they will be dead. That's no good. Only 1 from As-Safa to Al-Marwa, 1 from Al-Marwa to As-Safa, another 1. And every time you go to the mountain, you do that. You look at the Kaaba, you raise your hand, and you make long dua. And again, the first dua you make is for Jesus. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Inshallah, your Hajj will be accepted. Inshallah. Not because you're making dua for me, but now you finish the 7th round. You start with what mountain? As-Safa. You end with what mountain? If you start with As-Safa and you end to As-Safa, then you have to take few courses, mathematic courses. When you come back, take some algebra, calculus, whatever it is. This way you know how to count. If you start with As-Safa and you finish with As-Safa, that means you did wrong. Let's say you don't know how many rounds you make, either in Tawaf or Saad. You don't know 2 or 4, 2 or 3, then they are 3. You don't know 3 or 4, then they are 3. You don't know 4 or 5, they are 4. 5 or 6, they are 5. You always take the lower number. Once you finish at Al-Marwa, Umrah almost done with. What you do is, you go out, there is barber shop there. I know people try to save, and they have the razor plate with them, and they cut their wife's hair over there. Here the man, he take the hijab of his wife in the front of everybody, and has the scissor and cut her hair. And even the sister, she have her sister, he uncover and cut her. That's no good. Sister, wait until you go to the hotel. Whether you have your husband or not, then your husband will cut it for you. If you trust him, of course. Because I know your husband will shave your hair. Don't trust him. Anyway, wait until you go to the hotel. For the brother, do the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. The people of Mecca, that's the rizq, their provision. They wait for you to come to give them 10 riyal or 15 riyal to shave your hair or to cut your hair. And that's what the Prophet did. He used to call the barber. They come cut my hair. You go to them, let them cut your hair. During Hajj time, during Umrah, don't shave it. Don't shave the hair. Just cut it. Dr. Audi, you have to have some hair. You don't shave. You don't use the razor blade, but use the machine. He will tell you, no, I will use the machine during Umrah time. They will charge you 15 riyal. 15 riyals means like $4. Or maybe they will increase it now, 20 riyal or 5. It's fine, give them 20 riyal and shave. Once you cut your hair, now you able to cut other people's hair. Before that you not, because people once they finish Marwa, they have their scissor and they cut for themselves. You know what I think? I think they have to slaughter an animal. So he's trying to save few riyals, he will end up paying $120 That's no good. Even though some scholars said yes, you can. But I don't want you to be in between scholars. One says no, you can. One says yes, you can. No. Just make sure that your ritual is right. Do like the Prophet ﷺ. All the barber do. Now you have your wife with you. Now after you finish, you are out of Ihram. While you are in Ihram, you cannot cut the hair.